Let's talk about something I think a lot of us have felt. That strange feeling of being completely, totally awake in the middle of the night, when it feels like the entire world has gone silent.
Does this look familiar to you? You roll over, you check the clock, and yep, it's 3 in the morning. But the weird thing is, your mind is just firing on all cylinders. You're not even tired. Actually, you feel strangely clear.
There's this weird magic to that moment, right? All the noise of the day, the emails, the traffic, the demands, it's all gone. And in that quiet, you suddenly get this incredible, unexpected clarity.
Okay, so your first thought is probably, great, insomnia. We tend to immediately slap this negative label on it, right? It's a problem. Something's wrong with my sleep, I need to fix it.
But what if that's completely wrong? What if being awake at 3 a.m. isn't a sign that your body is failing? What if it's a sign that your mind is finally succeeding at getting something it desperately needs?
So here's the first big shift in thinking we need to make. This isn't always about a failure to sleep. For a lot of us, it's actually an act of rebellion.
And this has a name which I think is just brilliant, the revenge bedtime procrastinator. This is someone who knows they should be sleeping, but they deliberately stay up late just to carve out a little slice of time that is 100% theirs.
And this is where it all clicks. Insomnia, that's something that happens to you. It feels involuntary, it's stressful, but this is different. This is a choice. You're not staying awake because you can't sleep. You're staying awake because you're finally getting the solitude you've been craving all day. It's about reclaiming you time.
So why the middle of the night? Why does this revenge have to happen when everyone else is asleep? Well, it's all about the massive difference between our world during the day and our world at night.
See, during the day, our lives are, well, they're what you might call high contingency. Everything you do has a consequence. There are constant pings, constant demands, people needing things from you. But the night is a consequence-free zone. Nobody expects an email back at 3 a.m. It's this beautiful low-stimulation sanctuary where your brain can finally breathe and just think.
Okay, but it goes even deeper than that, down to how some of our brains are actually wired. For some of us, this desperate need for quiet isn't just a simple preference, it's practically a biological imperative.
It's a trait called sensory processing sensitivity. And no, it's not a disorder or anything like that. It's a perfectly normal, common trait. It just means your brain processes everything, sights, sounds, social cues, emotions, on a much deeper, more thorough level than most people.
So for anyone with this trait, the daytime world isn't just busy. It's an absolute sensory overload. It's a constant fire hose of information that your brain is working in overdrive to try and sort through. It's frankly exhausting.
I mean, just look at this. Think of your brain's processing power, its bandwidth. During the day, maybe 90% of that bandwidth is just taken up by dealing with all the incoming noise. But at 3 a.m., that sensory input drops to almost nothing. And suddenly, all that brain power, like 85% of it, is freed up for your own creative, deep thoughts.
So where does that leave us? What are we supposed to do with this? Well, it suggests a whole new approach. Instead of fighting this late-night wakefulness, what if we leaned into it? What if we embraced it?
Here's the most important thing to take away from all this. If you're the person who's wide awake in the dead of night, your mind isn't broken. It is not malfunctioning. It's doing the complete opposite. It's finally getting the peace, the low-stimulation environment it's been screaming for all day. It's creating the perfect, pristine conditions to do its best and most creative work, to finally compose its symphonies.
All right, so let's just quickly run through the big ideas here. First, that 3 a.m. wake-up call isn't always insomnia. It could be you taking back your time. That's revenge bedtime procrastination. Second, your mind is just looking for a safe, quiet place with no consequences. And third, this need is often hardwired into you, especially if you have sensory processing sensitivity. And remember, that quiet time isn't empty space, it's where the real magic happens.
So the next time you find your eyes wide open and the house is still, maybe don't see it as a problem. See it as an invitation. The stage is all yours. The audience is quiet. So the only question is, what symphony will you compose tonight?